Simelang Absheni Ralocha Sanbanani Mulweni. My name is Naledi Mfoloe, and it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you to the latest edition of the African Diaspora News channel, where we unravel the stories that shape our world and our communities. Tillman Robinson, a seasoned flight attendant with 25 years of experience, was fired from his job with American Airlines after a confrontation with a combative passenger on New Year's Eve flight in 2023. Now, what began as an unprovoked attack by a passenger untimely turned quite physical, and Robinson's attempt to defend himself ended in his termination. Now, the passenger, a 25-year-old white man, was later convicted of assault, but his record was removed after undergoing anger management counseling. But meanwhile, Robinson was suspended multiple times before being fired in October 2024. Now, this case raises uncomfortable questions for me, because why did Robinson lose his job after defending himself? And why was the airline so quick to dismiss a long-standing employee with a spotless record? And also, how did a situation that began with an assault end with the victim being punished? Now, let's take a closer look, shall we, right? The incident occurred on a flight from Charlotte to Los Angeles aboard. Robinson says that the passenger, who had been disruptive during boarding, later became quite violent after consuming alcohol. Now, the situation escalated when the passenger shoved an empty bottle of rum towards another flight attendant. And after a series of insults and physical alteration, the confrontation turned very violent. Now, Robinson, in his own words, was left with no choice but to protect himself in a defensive posture. But for his actions, he was ultimately fired. Now, here we have a man who spent 25 years working in an industry that requires patience, professionalism, and a lot of commitment to safety. And he is assaulted by a passenger, and yet he is the one who faces the consequences. Now, this is a story that's not just about one man. It's a reflection of a broader issue, because too often we see systems that protect the aggressors while punishing those who defend themselves. And we see institutions that are more concerned about appearances or avoiding liability than they are about the well-being of individuals who serve on the front lines. And I mean, Robinson was trying to protect himself in a volatile situation, and yet the airline, despite his history of service, chose to let him go just like that. And the emotional toll on Robinson has been quite immense. Losing a job he's dedicated his life to, especially at 51, is no small setback. As he struggles to support himself and his aging parents, the financial strain has only compounded the stress of his ongoing battle with American Airlines. But his union, the Association of Professional Flight Attendants, has yet to resolve the case. And while Robinson holds on to hope and the uncertainty, I believe it's probably quite overwhelming. And we can only imagine the anxiety that comes with wondering how he's going to make ends meet, and how he'll keep his home, and how he'll find a job at this stage in his life. But there's one thing we cannot overlook, though, which is the power of solidarity. Robinson has found support from his colleagues and strangers alike with a GoFundMe campaign, raising over $27,000 to actually help him cover expenses. And the outpouring support from those who know him actually speaks about his character. People who have worked alongside him for years know the kind of person he is, which is someone who served with dedication and respect. Now, I do say that we must continue to stand behind individuals like Robinson. He is a man who simply tried to do his job in a difficult situation, and yet he's left to fight for fairness in a system that seems more willing to protect the aggressor than those who are harmed. Now, we'll be following this story quite closely as it develops. Tillman's fight is not just his own, but it's a fight for fairness and for dignity and for justice for all workers. Now, let's keep the conversation going. And while you're at it, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. That's it from me. Till